Alright, what's going on, guys? Back again with another vid. Even though ain't nobody watched my last one because my shit getting shadow banned because YouTube fucking hates me. And we know why. Because I'm telling the secrets, I'm telling the truth, I'm telling the real shit. What's really going on in this fucking world, and they don't want people to see it. But it's all good. I'm gonna keep making videos. You know. I'm gonna keep making videos. Eventually they will get views. But anyway, I wanted to talk about kind of a common trend I've been seeing in the YouTube space, and it's along the lines of, you know, people feel like they're going crazy, that they're losing their mind, experiencing psychosis. But specifically, the thing that's been interesting me lately is that people, this idea that we're living in a simulation, you know, alternate realities, alternate timelines, time loops, time jumps, all this crazy kind of metaphysical quantum mechanics, you know, stuff that is kind of, it's very complex. I'm not going to delve into it on this channel. It's more of a niche category. It's very specific and nuanced when we start getting into physics and quantum mechanics and things along that nature. Things of that nature, things along those lines. But anyway, you know, are we in a simulation? Who the fuck knows? You know, at this point, man, like, all I'm doing right now is trying to exist, stay out of trouble, keep getting better as the days go on, you know. I'm living in a world, it's very crazy. I'm living in a city that's very crime-riddled, very crazy city, and it is a little bit scary, man. But that's what the opposition wants. They want us to be in fear, us chosen ones to be hesitant about what we're going to do, about what we think, what we believe in. You know, I'm not hesitant about what I believe in and what I think, you know. Right now, it goes deeper than just, you know, dating or, you know, red pill topics. Now we're getting into, like, straight up spiritual warfare, spiritual chess. More is how I like to look at it, because it's a game, you know. This shit is chess. This ain't checkers. When you're getting attacked spiritually, you know, you start to gain these powers, and the evils and the demons, you know, they will try to come knock you off your path and get you to use this power for evil, you know. Every great bad guy, every great villain in history, you know, at one point they weren't always bad. They weren't born evil, but, you know, they took a certain path. They chose, you know, path of the dark side. Not trying to get all Star Wars nerdy and shit, but, you know, we do. But then it brings the question, is like, do we have the choice? Do we have a choice to be, you know, good or evil? Or are we predetermined? Do we have a predetermined destiny that plays out, that forces us to be good or evil no matter what? Do we have choice? Do we have free will? And there's no specific topic for this video. It's just things that I think about, you know, this matrix. I do think we're in a simulation personally, but I don't know the exact type of simulation. But we are in a matrix. That movie is it's not just a movie, it is a documentary. If you study that film, it will tell you a lot of the secrets, how society works and how society is ran. But yeah, people are starting to notice this shit. You know, there's a lot more at play than just these 3D objects that we see with these two eyes. You know, these two eyes are only a filter for this 3D reality, which is already an illusion in itself. So what is real? Then we get into the question of what is real? What is reality? Is reality what we can touch and what we can see? No, reality goes much, deeper than that. Than just, this 3D reality that we see, we touch, we smell, we taste. Yeah, we have the 5 senses, but, animals have a 6th sense. And they can see energies and sense things that we humans can't really sense. Now, some of us can develop it and get to a level that's much, much higher than, just a normal guy that doesn't, do anything with this stuff. Once you become spiritually aware and you quote unquote wake up, you start to get into, it goes deeper than just, oh, I can't get a woman, or, why am I not happy? Why do I don't like my job? Yeah, these are all like real problems in life, right? But it goes much deeper than just those regular day-to-day, first world problems. You start questioning, like, what drives us to do the things we do every day? And then you start looking at your life and the things you do, and you start to, go deeper. You're like, why do I do this? Why do I have this habit? Why am I addicted to this certain thing? Why do I have this certain tendency? One thing I've noticed with my generation is, like, a lot of us, we put on this mask and we pretend like we're happy and like we know what we're doing, but like Gen Z, like, I just wish people would kind of cut the crap. I wish my generation would cut the shit and just admit the problems they have, admit the bad decisions that we've made, and that way we can, learn from it and get better. Every other generation was shamed for the dumb shit they did, and that's why they got better. And Gen Z needs to get the same shame. Honestly, we did get the shame, and now we're finally starting to stop being so goddamn retarded. Maybe it's because we're getting older. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that word, the R word. Sorry, YouTube. Don't make this an age-restricted video. Anyway, though, Gen Z is getting shamed for the dumb shit we've done. Now we're all in our fucking mid-20s and looking at shit like, man, we don't have shit to our name. Now what do? Most of us are just working an ungodly amount of hours just to, have a little bit of extra spending money. We can go on a fucking date with a girl that's probably cheating on you. That's what us Gen Z men get to look forward to. We grind all week, get a little bit of extra money so we can take our girlfriend out on a nice date, and we find out the bitch is just cheating on you anyway. You spend and this bitch don't even work, hardly. But, anyway, start looking at life. At this point, man, like, I'm not trying to be, like, egotistical or cocky, but I'm getting to a level mentally that a lot of people, they can't really handle. This is the only place I really get into, like, this type of shit. But I'm gonna have to cut this video here. I'll be doing another video here. Might upload 2 videos one day, honestly. But as always, love y'all, and probably catch y'all in the next one here in a few minutes. Alright, later.